Hello guys, welcome back to Korean school. Today, this is me, your lecturer, Inha, or I guess your teacher. And today, we're going to be looking at lesson 1, 와, 의, 모음s. 자, let's look at information for this spring quarter. Now, why are we starting on this book? And why are we starting so near the end? Well, the reason for this happening is because this is a direct continuation of my class from fall quarter. So at fall quarter, we ended off little near the end, very near the end, around the we moom sign areas. But this week, we are going to just continue straight off, and we're going to do 와 and 의 mooms. The books we are using, of course, right now is 한글 기초 상, 한글 기초 상 학습장, and 한글 기초 하. These 3 books. Of course, the workbook will change when we finish because we're quite close to the end. And once we're done with 어려운 moms, we're going to move on. So that's some general information for this quarter. Of course, it is the first week. So once again, welcome. Alrighty, so let's go straight in. So 와, 의, moms. So what is a moom again? Remember, moms are basically vowels. 와 and 의도 are moms or complex vowels, 어려운 moms, built from simpler vowels. These 2 moms or vowels are built from simpler vowels. So there's a combination of 2 vowels to make another vowel, which is more complex. So let's look here. We have the vowel or mom, o and a. O, a. And we combine those 2 sounds together to simply get wa, 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 o, a, wa. For here, I. We have the moms, I. We combine them together and make them more complex. 어려운 moms. So I, 와, 의. So there we go. We got our 2 complex vowels we're learning this week. 와, 의. And of course, we simply add consonants to those vowels and get new letters. So here we create new letters. So we're going to turn to 한글 기초 상, the orange one, to page 72. So on page 72, we have a section. 선생님이 읽어주는 소리를 듣고 음절표를 읽어보세요. I'm going to read out the letters to you, and then you can follow after me. So here we have some examples. So you have 기읍, 비읍, 이응, 지읒, 히읗. So 기역 plus 와, so 그, remember 그, and then 와, because we just learned that 와, 과, and then we have 비읍, 부, 와, 과, 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 와, and why does 와 sound the same as 와? As this? Simply because 이응 as a consonant has no sound, it's silent. So 과, 과, 와, and then 지읒, 촤, and then here, 화, 과, 와, 와, 촤, 화. Simply combining consonants and vowels again to make new letters. Now here we have 의, so ni은, n, nui, 의. Once again, 이응 is silent. nui, 의, and then 의. 과, 와, 와, 촤, 화, nui, 의, 의. 자, let's look at the next section. 다음 그림을 보고 낱말을 읽어보세요. So now we're using these letters and we're putting them into words. So we're going to look at a couple of words that have these letters. So 과, 와, 와, 촤, 화, nui, 의, 의. We add 과 to 과, and then 일, 이, and then 리을 받침. 과일, 과일, 과일. 과일 is, of course, fruit. Then we add it here, 의, and then 사, 의사, 의사. What is an 의사? 의사 is a doctor. Finally, we have 의, and then 화, 화요일, 화요일. What is 화요일? Well, there's a calendar here. 월, 화, 수, 목, 금, 토, 일. 일, 월, 화, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 화요일 is Tuesday. Let's look at more examples. 다음 그림을 보고 낱말을 읽어보세요. We have the 기역, 과자. What's 과자? 과자 is, of course, snacks. 아빠, 과자 사주세요. It's a common Korean phrase. Dad, buy me some snacks. 과자. So whatever chips, maybe Pringles, Lay's, all those yummy chips. 과자. All fall into 과자. Now this is a very hard word because it has 받침s and 모음s and complex moms or complex vowels and consonants. They have all three aspects of a letter, and it's very hard to pronounce if you're new to Korean. So let's take it together. So the first one is hu. You can see here hu, and then we can see the 의 that we're learning. 의 moum right here. Oh, sorry. 의. Add this together. hu, 의, hui. And then we have niun. Niun 받침, and that comes last. So we have to hui, huin. We add everything together to make a very awkward sound for English speakers. But if you not practice, it becomes easy. Hu, ui, and then niun. All these three sounds together. Huin, 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 huin. Very difficult, but if you not practice, you can do it. Anybody can do it. 흰색, 흰색. 새 and then 기역. So this is much easier to pronounce. 새, 흰색, 흰색. What is 흰색? What is 흰색? Well, 흰색 is white. 흰색. Very difficult. Let's look at a couple more. 다음 낱말을 소리내어 읽어보세요. Let's read the next couple words together too. So let's look at this one. 저 and then 니은. 전화. 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 What's 전화? 전화 is telephone. Or as a verb, you can say to call. So as a noun, it's the telephone. And as a verb, it's to call. Let's look at this one. 무. And then 누이. 누이. 무늬. What's 무늬? 무늬 means patterns. So patterns on your shirt, patterns on the wall, patterns on your desk maybe, patterns on your blanket, anything. 무늬 is patterns. 전화, 무늬, 과자, 흰색. Snacks, white. Telephone, patterns. 다음 문장을 소리내어 읽어보세요. Now this exercise is looking at the sentence and then reading it out loud by reading it. I want you to pause here just for a second, and you're going to try saying it first alone. I encourage you to try this so that you can practice by yourself, and then you can play back after a couple tries, and then we can see it together. Well, I hope you tried. You might have just gone straight to my example or the answer, but I hope you didn't do that. Let's look here. 다음 문장을 소리내어 읽어보세요. Let's look here. You get back from 의사, 에게, it's moms, another vowel. 의사에게, 전화, you saw it here, 전화해요, 전화해요. 의사에게 전화해요. 의사 means doctor. 전화 means to call. So it probably means 의사에게 전화해요. Calling the doctor. Alrighty. Now that we've got some practice of 와 and 의, we're going to move to another book. 한글 기초 하 125, 127. We're going to do a couple pages together. Learn more vocabulary, more practice in reading and writing. Alrighty, let's look at this picture here. Sadly, Christmas has passed, but for these children in this photo, Christmas is still happening. So look at this child on the right, this girl on the right, she wants a telephone, or I guess a smartphone. And the child on the right, or like the boy wants sneakers. Let's look at what they got. 와, 이응, and then 와, the 와 moom that we learned. You can see 와, like that. 와, 손전하다. 손전하다. 소전하다. So we can see here, this one has 와 again. 와, 손전하다. What does this mean? Wow, I got a phone. Wow, congratulations. She actually got her Christmas present. Let's look at this one. 나, 그다음에 닌. So 나 plus 닌, 난. 흰색. Oh, it's that really, really hard letter again. But basically, 흰 means, of course, white. 의, 닌, 흰색. 운동화야. 운동화. 와, we see the 와 vowel again. 흰색 운동화야. 난 흰색 운동화야. I got white sneakers. Wow, both of them got their Christmas gift. A phone and sneakers. 와, 손전하다. 난 흰색 운동화야. Hopefully you can practice by yourself on this as well by playing back on what I'm saying. And then you can go to page 126. 선생님과 함께 다음 글을 읽어보세요. Now we're going to read a couple of these sentences together. 와, 의, moms. Remember, we're looking for these vowels in the words. 저희, 저희, 의. You see it right here. 저희 가족입니다. 저희 가족입니다. My family. 아빠는 의자를 고쳐요. 아빠는 의자를 고쳐요. What's an 의자? 의자 is chair. We can see 의 with the 의 moom or vowel. 엄마는 사과를 드셔요. 엄마는 사과를 드셔요. Now what does this mean? My mom is helping herself to some apples. 엄마는 사과를 드셔요. 누나는 전화를 걸어요. 누나는 전화를 걸어요. 전화, as I said before, noun, it's a phone, and as a verb, it's making a call. 누나는, in this case, it's a verb. So 누나는 전화를 걸어요. She's ringing a call. 자, 나는, look at the last one. 나는 흰색 운동화를 신어요. 나는 again 흰, you can see mom, 흰색 운동화를 신어요. 운동화. 나는 흰색 운동화를 신어요. I'm putting on white sneakers. So you can see that is 고쳐ing a chair or fixing a chair. My mom is helping herself to apples. 사과를 드셔요. 누나는 전화를 걸어요. She is making a call. 나는 흰색 운동화를 신어요. He is putting on, and I am putting on white sneakers. 자, 앞에 글을 다시 읽고 다음 물음에 답하세요. Now what this is asking is to answer the questions from the readings that we have right here. So the first one is 아빠가 고치는 것은 무엇인가요? Luckily for us, the easy way to find answers to this is finding what 아빠가 고치는 것은 무엇인가요? 무엇인가요 is what. What does it mean? What is he fixing? 고치는 것. What is he fixing? 아빠는 고쳐요. You see the exact same letters. Same words here. 아빠는 의자를 고쳐요. So right here, we would write 의자. Number 2. 누나는 blank blank를 걸어요. What is she 걸어ing? 를 걸어요. Right here. 전화. So when you write it, 전화. 누나는 전화를 걸어요. Sister is making a call. 엄마가 드시는 것을 찾아 동그라미 표하세요. Draw circle what my mom is eating. 엄마가 드시는 것을 찾아 동그라미 표. 엄마가 드시는 것은 뭘까요? 엄마는 드시는 것, 드셔요. 사과! 사과는 뭘까요? 사과 is apple. So, do we have an apple here? Yes, we do. apple. 다음 그림을 보고 알맞은 말을 써보세요. Now right here, we are basically writing down writing practice here. So, 영화관에 갈까, 도서관에 갈까? 영화관에 갈까? 도서관에 갈까? 영화관에 갈까? 도서관에 갈까? Now this is, of course, Korean writing. So 영화관 means movie theater, if you didn't know. 도서관 means library. When we write this, then 받침 last, 영화관, and then 도서관, the library. 영화관에 갈까? 도서관에 갈까? Alrighty, that wraps up today's lesson. Finally, a couple of things you should note. Make sure to practice reading and writing. Speaking them out loud is a great way to practice. Always try to speak, because a lot of Korean words and letters sound are spoken very differently than most English alphabet letters. Make sure to do that to practice. For homework, I know homework. 한글 기초상 학습장. So, the green book, pages 96 to 97. Now, if you turn to page 98, it has a review of all of the harder moms that we've learned over the past couple of weeks. This includes the stuff that I taught during the fall quarter, which wasn't in English, but I think another teacher was covering that at the time. 몸, 에, 의. Now, if you don't know how to do these, that's okay. I'm not going to require you to do this as homework, but it is a great review of what we've been learning from last quarter. If you do remember them and want to practice a little more, this is great. So 98, 99, 101, 101, not homework, but feel free to review on them. If you feel like you're behind right now, don't worry, because once we're done with this book, we will have a review week of a lot of the stuff that you might not know. So when we start a new book, I'll be covering Korean, basic Korean and everything in 1 week as a whole, like as a review. So don't feel like you're too far behind right now. With all that being said, you have survived the first week of Korean school in the English lectures. Good job, you guys. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.